Well, I officially got a leak out of Big Timmy. I was filling it up, trying to get the pond up to the overflow so I can see what kind of dam height I got. And I definitely got a leak over here. I'm not sure what we're going to do right now. We're just going to keep going with it. But we're actually placing the log in the stump in the water. Told them to get as close to it, but don't get in any kind of danger over here. But that's good. Dump it. I can use the excavator to push it in if it doesn't go in. But there we go. Got a little bit of shelter for the fish. Well, there goes our first dump load, and we're still trying to figure out a rhythm, but I think Tim's got it figured out. Tim's right there on the excavator. He's the namesake for Big Timmy. Yeah, we think that he's basically going to just stay on the excavator, create piles, and then as soon as they come back from dumping, he should have a big pile big enough where we just go straight to the skid steer, fill it up, and go. So them two are probably going to be just running back and forth with dirt. He's gonna stay digging. And while we're out here, let me talk about the encroachment pond. So with all the rain that we got this springtime, this actually has not lowered itself. I mean, normally, we get 2 inches of rain, this thing fills up, and then the next day it's got 6 inches of water, and the day after that there's no standing water kind of deal. So this rain we've got is kind of, I guess it filled some water tables. But I was going to look down here, so that's Lake Timmy. I think I already talked about it. Our goal is to make a moat, but we're not going to we're going to keep a dam here. I don't want that water flowing into the dirt we're harvesting. But I'm going to turn around and show you. We still got water coming in, so we've got a bona fide seasonal creek here also. So we basically got 3 of them. We got this is the highway flow. Then we've got the diagonal flow, which has been most of what I've been working on, and then we've got the main flow, which is the big pond that I just put the bass in. Anyway, I'm gonna go over to Big Timmy, and we'll see him dump the dirt. All right, so we're back out here at Big Timmy, and I guess I want to talk about this seepage real quick. But there's that big stump we put in. I'll get the excavator and try to push it in somewhere, try to get it somewhere and push it in. But I want to talk about this seepage real quick. There's a lot of opinions on about how to seal a pond, but I want to bring up one of them, and I think it's because I think there's some validity to it. And I think there's this story floating around, and it's Sepp Holzer. And he was building a big pond and it wasn't sealing, so he brought the excavator out, and granted, this is a giant excavator, and he put it in the pond, put it on the bottom, and just started shaking it, disturbing the settled soil. And I think what was happening was he was loosening up all the deposits. If you ever do a soil sample water jar test, you're taking the dirt, you're putting it in the water jar or into a mason jar, shaking it up and letting it settle, and then you can actually see the levels. And what happens is the clay, well, the organic material is actually floating on top of the water, but when you look at the actual sample underneath it, the stuff that's settled to the bottom, the very top layer is your clay. And I fully believe that what he's doing is he's settling that, he's redistributing it, and then letting that clay fall last to seal the areas that are not sealed. And if you think about it, where you have a leak in the pond, there's a draft there. So that last layer of clay is going to follow that draft or that current, and is going to settle because it's so light, and it's the last one to settle. It's going to follow the current flow. So it's actually going to come into that area that's leaking and bring a higher layer of clay there. Anyway, that's my belief on it. But Yeah, I don't know. So you can see here the seepage. It looks like it's coming from right over here, and then it's running downhill and forming this puddle here. I mean, the first thing we're going to do when they come is I'm going to direct them to dump the dirt right onto this area here. We've got to get it to where we can drive over it, but we're going to start feathering it. I mean, we're going to go basically about right here, start dumping it and then feathering it out so we don't have this V shape here. I want it more of a tapered out here. Anyway, so we'll show the first dump being dumped. All right, well, we got stuck. I guess what we're gonna have to do is just stay away from this area completely. Since the skid steer is gonna have to place the dirt anyway, we're just gonna dump it somewhere outside the fence here and then bring it in with the skid steer and place it straight where we want it. But right now we got to get this out. Like I said, I'm dealing, this truck is a 2-wheel drive truck. I should have just hooked up my truck. Anyway, we'll get it done. You know, it's like mission first. We're gonna get some dirt moved today. I don't know if y'all remember me showing you the antelope milkweed, but here's the little cottony balls they eject. Kind of cool. I don't know if you can see the little brown seeds in there. Anyway, they just blow away with the wind and go somewhere else. But these pods, when they open up, become the antelope horns. Got a good little area here. Got some good grass. I was wanting to move the baby cows in here, but I got them locked out right now so we can do the dirt work. But after today, we're gonna let them come graze in here. Some very, very nice thick grass. We're gonna see if Bobby can get himself unstuck. So far so good. Use the bucket. Flip it. There you go. Attaboy, Bobby. All right, well, we set the machinery down so you can see this. Let me see if I can get where I can. So we found water down here, and if you look at where that water's coming up, we found a clay layer. We found that underground river, and water is just flowing above that kind of rusty colored clay and below the topsoil there. And that's what I talk about. It's a good visual for when I talk about a keyed dam. You've got that clay layer, and had we did this on the dam, let me pan out here, and we didn't because this land's going away. But at the beginning of the dam, if we would have just trenched, let's say this is going to be the dam here, if we would have just trenched an arch around here, and we trenched down to that layer of clay right there, and then came back and filled that trench with clay and packed it in with a bucket of the excavator, we've now built this wall where the water can't pass through, so it stores all this water underground. I mean, it has no choice really but to go up and over, out the overflow, and then it starts this process of soaking in the ground again. But I really believe this is how I can get big green spots. I think one of the things we're going to do in the near future is put some of these keyed dams in without having a dam, and what we're going to have is this, in my theory, we're going to have this big circle of green grass in a field of brown. But I'm just glad Tim found this and brought it to my attention, because that's exactly what's going on here. All right, we didn't count loads, but I think you can look at it and just visually tell the difference as we sloped it back. I'm going to show you the tree stump, and then we'll go look at the encroachment pond, just show you how much we dug out of it. We did accomplish the moat that we were looking to do. Anyway, there's a tree stump. We basically just pushed it as far as we could push it with a excavator, and it'll probably move around with heavy rains and stuff, but like I said, it just gets some shelter. hiding spots and a little bit of shade and stuff. And next trip to Austin, I'll buy another lily pad and get it planted in here. But let's go take a look at the encroachment pond, show you what we did over there. Okay, there we go. He kind of broke a little trench so it would fill in the water, so we're actually getting that moat. I'm gonna walk around the other side, get a full view of this thing. And here's the dirt we still need to haul out. That's probably 2 more loads. Kind of running out of battery on the dump truck, but we'll see how far we get with it. Anyway, the new area is definitely deeper than the original encroachment pond. I think you can see the elevation difference there. And I didn't want to harvest muddy water, so that's why we didn't fully connect here or the other side. That was just going to be so wet, and it would just plump up and get stuck in the dump trailer. But this thing will dry out. It's inevitable, and at that point, you know, we can either get the excavator back out here or the skid steer to get in there and sculpt it a little bit more. But I think that's going to be pretty cool looking when it fills up with water. Got the little island in there. Anyway, that's all for today. Appreciate y'all following along on our journey, and y'all have a great day.